Welcome back to Math with Miss L. We are going over fractions to decimals today, and we are actually at my house. I'm going to try and figure out this whole layout, but joining us, Chico. Chico, come on. Come on. This is Chico. Chico, say hi. Can we say hi to the camera? Say hi, Chico. Hi, Chico. He loves kisses. Hi, Chico. So, Chico actually got neutered today, and he is doing obviously rather well. He was awesome today. The vet said he did a great job during his neuter. He has to wear his awesome cone of shame, but he obviously is super high-spirited, so if he's coming in and out of our video, well, he just loves math, so it happens. Anyways, guys, stay tuned. My class, good morning. Good to see you guys. We do have a sub today. I hope you do awesome for him or her. I do not know who it is, but please, please, please do your best. Me and Chico are going to be here digitally with you. So, in review today, we talked this morning about how fractions are part of a whole, and so are decimals. So, we talked a lot about how decimals can relate to money. We like money, don't we? So we talked about how we have our ones. Oops. We have our decimal point, which also means what word? Hopefully we are saying it in our heads. That decimal point means and. We have tenths afterwards. And then we have hundredths. So when we think about ones, we're thinking about one whole. So we can think of one whole dollar. We can think about $1. It's supposed to be like George Washington, right? So that's $1. Our decimal point shows us that we're talking about parts of a whole now, so parts of a dollar. Tenths, we know that if we have 1/10, that is equal to a dime. If we have 1/100th, that is equal to a penny, because it takes 10 dimes to make a dollar, and it takes 100 pennies to make a dollar. So now let's go ahead, since we have that out of the way, let's talk more about fractions to decimals, how to make it happen. So let's get that going. Let me get my handy dandy wipe, and let's go to town. So, people in class, thank you for staying up. Thank you for paying attention. Here we go. Let's see if this is going to work with us today. So let's start with an example. So here are some practice. I love when markers don't work, right, guys? It happens all the time in our class. So let's go ahead and talk about some practice questions. So in my class, you can work with me on these practice questions at your desk. Just follow along. There's going to be 2, and then we're going to jump into the actual problems that you're doing for homework. So in the background, we have some Pandora. So we have some stations going on. Just go with it like normal. Okay, first question. If I gave you the decimal 4 decimal point 2. Some people like to say that. I would say this is 4 and 2, what is it? Say it louder. Tenths. So if you know, once again, that this is the ones place, your decimal point means and, you should know that your tenths is next. If you know that your tenths is next, it'll tell you what your denominator is. So do not forget, your denominator means your total number of parts in a whole. And your numerator is just talking about the number of parts at that moment. So 2/10. So first off, you have 4. That's like saying $4. So we do a big 4, okay? 2/10. Your tenths gives away what your denominator is. It also tells you your place value. You have 2 there, so 4 and 2/10. Now, sometimes I will ask you, hey cutie, hey to Chico. Sometimes I'll ask you, well, change this mixed number, right? You have a whole number mixed with a fraction. Mix this and create a improper fraction. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So let's say that you got all the way to here, and I ask for a mixed number. Ask yourself, how many total parts are there in a whole? You look at the denominator, okay? If you can rewind and get our little graphic right here, use that. That works. Write it on all of your papers. It'll help you. So you have 10 tenths. That's one whole. You're trying to get to 4 wholes. So you should write 10 tenths 4 times. So plus 10 tenths, plus 10 tenths, plus 10 tenths. And then add your remainder of your tenths. And you guys go ahead and solve it. Hopefully you're thinking 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 looks like repeated addition, or 10 times 4 is 40, and add 2. So 42 tenths. So this is your mixed number. This is your improper fraction. So improper fraction is right here, and your mixed number is right here. And obviously this is your decimal. So we just need to make sure we know that. Okay, so our second question is going to go the opposite way. So our second question is going to look a little different. What if you start with your improper first? What if they give you 13 tenths? Okay, so if they give you this, and they might, you have to think about how many total parts are there in a whole to get to your mixed number. So once again, look at your denominator. It tells you how many parts are in a whole. So you're going to have 10 tenths, plus you have to think of something to add to it that would equal your 13 tenths. Hopefully right now you guys are saying to your partner, go ahead and turn and talk to your partner, what fraction's missing here? Hopefully we're thinking 10 plus, what is it? 3 tenths gives you 13 tenths. So how does that make our mixed number? So our mixed number gets created by taking your 10 tenths, which is 1 whole, and placing your 3 tenths right over here. I like to box what I'm missing because I feel like that helps me remember to drag it over to my mixed number. So maybe that'll help you. That's a suggestion. Okay, guys, Miss Lafuente has done that. I also want you to know that 3 tenths, that's equivalent to something. So your 1 would stay the same, but your 3 tenths, that's saying 3 dimes, which how many pennies are in 3 dimes? Well, 1 dime is 10 cents, 2 dimes is 20 cents, 3 dimes is 30 cents. So this is also the same as, let me erase this. This is the same as 1 and 30 hundredths. So if you're forgetting how we solved that, look at your notes from yesterday. We multiplied our numerator and denominator by 10. And remember, that's all about equivalent fractions. And if you have questions about that, look at one of my other YouTube videos, or I will make another one if you need one. And guys, I know our comments down below aren't working. It's because we are a kids YouTube channel. So don't worry about it. Tell me in class or in school on Monday or Tuesday. Okay, guys, that was our practice questions together. So if at any point you're having any trouble doing any of the questions for your homework right now before you go into Math Stations, my homeroom, and my PM class, just rewind. That's what's so great about videos, is you can always go back and look at other ones, okay, to help you out. So we're going to have 5 questions. So on your paper, you need to have your name, date, ooh, it's not date, whoops, name, subject, and date. And the top right. Always, always, always. Thank you. Okay, next you're going to write week 20 homework. And honestly, guys, week 20 homework is going to be pretty simple. I don't have any word problems for you right now. Those are coming next week. This is just practicing going from fraction to decimal to mixed number, okay? And finding improper fractions. So for this, here's what you're going to do. You're going to write your number 1. If I give you 3 20/100, I want you to write it as a decimal and as an improper fraction. And guys, if you do need help, I don't mind if you work with your partner, that's fine. Just make sure you have these 2 things listed down, okay? That's the most important thing right now. So that's number 1. So 3 20/100. Hopefully we know what that looks like as a decimal. If you know what the denominator is, you know you're talking about pennies if it's hundredths, because there's 100 pennies in a dollar, okay? So think about $3.20, how many cents? Okay, that's the first one. Second one, let's go ahead and do 17/10. So this is an improper fraction. You could even write this as improper fraction on your paper. And if you guys like to split up your paper so that you can show the different things, that's fine. And maybe you draw a line and write number 3 underneath that. That's totally fine. Whatever works best for you. After that, you're going to write this as a mixed number. And from there, as a decimal. So here's my suggestion. Go from the improper fraction, do the mixed number right after that, and then do your decimal. If you have a mixed number, it'll help you create your decimal a lot quicker and a lot more simply, okay? Or simpler. Is that a word? Oh, sorry, Miss Reyes. Whoops. Okay, number 3. Let's go ahead and do a decimal. We should know what that is, okay? We're going to go to a fraction next. And then we're going to go ahead and go to a mixed number. And those of you who want to really challenge your thinking, you're going to go from a mixed number to an improper fraction. So you can always move this over, or however you guys want to do it. I just don't have enough space. But you can always make this an improper fraction. So right now, if you need to pause our video and try and do these, do them. If you need to rewind and go back, just go back. No biggie. That's our 3rd question. We have 2 more. Okay. Our last 2. Okay, so number 4, we're going to go ahead and say we're going to change that into a mixed number, and then we're going to change it into a fraction. And obviously your paper will be larger than mine, but I'm going to make this an improper. Improper fraction. You can't really see that, can you? Maybe I can write it better. Fraction. And then improper. So you guys are going to be doing those each, okay? And don't worry, you're going to have time after you do them you can move on to your math menus, okay? And last but not least, let's do number 5. And I never said that number 5 was going to be well, it's math related, but it's going to be a different type of math question, so pay attention. Okay, so let's go over this. So number 5 is a feedback question. So feedback. And that's for Miss LaFuente, okay? So what did you enjoy about this video? And what would you like me to improve on? I can always improve my practice as a teacher. You can always improve your practice as a student. Practice makes us better. So guys, with that, all I have to say is thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you're doing such a great job for your substitute. I love you, I miss you, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye guys. Mwah! Let's see what Chico's up to very quick. Hold on, let me see if I can get him. Chico, come, say bye. Say bye to our subscribers. Say bye to our followers. Say bye. Say bye-bye to Chico. Bye, guys.